Texas A&M University has always drawn its strength from its culture of community, its ability to forge new connections. And it's about time for that community to draw together in the form of a natural cultural district right in the heart of Aggieland. In a partnership between Midway Companies and the university, Century Square is poised to become that community heart, and the Marketplace Tower on the corner of University Drive and South College Avenue is designed to establish that connection. Marketplace was conceptualized and designed around 4 key goals. First, to create a space and experience that are unique within the community. This entailed strategic planning and design in order to draw users into the site and the surrounding development. We emphasized the creation of a multi-sensory experience for users. And in order to accomplish this, even more important than a focus on the building themselves, was a focus on the spaces formed by those buildings. Next, our goal was to establish Marketplace as an adaptive and enduring icon for both Texas A&M University and Century Square. This is a unique site in the College Station area with a long-term tenant, and it's important that it hosts a project with long-term value. To this end, there's a focus on high-quality construction to last for decades as a key piece of the College Station skyline. Also, flexible site layout and large floor plate designs make adaptation to future workflows possible. Third, the Marketplace concept aims to activate and invite daily experiences. The mix of office and grocery uses encourages a variety of visitors at a variety of times. The outdoor spaces are designed to be comfortably used, along with open, accessible interior space. Finally, Marketplace is designed to serve as a forum for connection. Through its location, layout, design, materials, and uses, the project is ideally leveraged to reconnect the A&M system offices, both with campus and with the community. Strategic decisions are also made to foster physical and visual connections between people and to nature. As this is the second phase of the Century Square development, making the connection between the two is an important consideration. By centering the office tower atrium on the terminus of one of Century Square's retail streets, that connection can be made both in layout and in behavior. Alignment along this sightline provides a visual and physical relationship to cement the mutual connection between the two phases of Century Square. Positioned as the finale of a prominent view, Marketplace is an impressive draw to visitors to the development, encouraging visitation to the market itself. And with an enticing view past the shops, dining, and entertainment perfectly aligned with the office's atrium, employees are equally encouraged to venture into and enjoy the offerings at the development center. This site has superb visibility and access to two major streets, University Drive and South College Avenue. That kind of differentiation is rare in a site, and it's a large part of what makes this a viable location for Whole Foods Market. Unfortunately, that accessibility also means that a lot of disruptive noise is generated by the two major streets. When composing the site and creating the floor plans, softening the impact of those streets while still maintaining good access became key. The tower at Marketplace forms an L in order to wrap around a peaceful central plaza. While the surface parking at the site's perimeter and the 11-story building serve as buffers for sound and sun, the plaza can become an escape for shoppers, employees, visitors, and guests. The central plaza is a comfortable, human-scaled space within the site, which is designed to adapt to the needs of those who use it. There are shaded seating areas where workers on their lunch break can relax with a fresh meal from the Whole Foods Cafe. There's a sloped lawn where the bi-weekly office yoga session can take place when the weather is simply too nice to remain inside the second-floor fitness center. During rain events, the lawn even doubles as a stormwater detention basin, minimizing the peak water runoff from the site. The parking structure which serves the A&M system offices also partially encloses the central plaza. This walk between the parking and office, while not so long, is very much intentional. The bridge brings people out of their buildings, allowing them to enjoy the sights, the people, and the movement, while still offering a measure of protection and comfort from the elements. After all, what's the point of having this phenomenal location right at the nexus of Century Square and A&M campus if you never set foot outside of your building? The forms and materials which compose the tower also work to connect the building with the rest of the development and with the adjacent Texas A&M campus. In addition to acting as visual cues and wayfinding techniques, the full wall glazing, extruded forms, and overhangs are echoed in the Zachary building. The brick that lines Whole Foods provides a material tie to other buildings in Century Square, as well as the Mitchell Physics building. These connections serve to show visitors and viewers that this site is an extension of two districts, Texas A&M University and Century Square. The mullions on the facade of the parking garage are an inspired technique to mask the structure of the garage itself. They were then repeated throughout the facade design of Whole Foods and the office tower in order to visually unify the entire site. Even though they're separated by over 100 feet, the tower and parking structure are perceived as one entity. All of these considerations, comfort, accessibility, visibility, connection, also played into the development of the tower's floor plans. On the first floor, Whole Foods prioritizes its accessibility to the streets, while its cafe opens out into the restful plaza. The atrium for the A&M system offices embraces the view into the rest of Century Square. From the second floor up, the space is dedicated to the A&M system offices. On the second floor, employees find some of the amenities which make their workplace the highest quality Class A office space in the area. Childcare facilities and a fitness center on site provide not only an edge in terms of talent recruitment and retention, but also a proven method of improving employee productivity. For the remaining 9 floors, a standard floor plate allows for customization and adaptation, critical in an asset which is expected to continue performing for decades to come. While office configurations are suggested here, the single-tenant nature of the development means that the specific needs of the Texas A&M system can become a focus.
We are proposing a unique asset in the Bryan-College Station market. Currently, there is no true Class A office space in Bryan-College Station to compare the market rental rates. Therefore, we used the front door approach to determine financial feasibility of our proposed development. We have a site that's looking for a use. The front door approach uses land and development costs in order to determine the rental rates required to provide financial feasibility. Our goal was to reach an investor internal rate of return hurdle rate of 18% and an equity multiple of 3. The land is owned by Texas A&M University, and our asset will be on a ground lease at a rate of $20,428 per month. Therefore, our cost of land is $245,136 per year, plus 2.5% of yearly increases. The building cost and soft cost were estimated by taking a number of assumptions from a real estate development proposal that was submitted last year for the same site and modifying those assumptions to accommodate our proposed uses. The site costs were estimated with the help of Jose de Leon, a civil engineer at Venturi Engineers. The estimated total net development cost added up to $69.7 million. We have a pre-commitment from the most creditworthy tenant in Bryan-College Station, which is Texas A&M University Systems, and they are prepared to occupy the entire office space in our asset, which is over 220,000 square feet of net leasable area, for an initial lease term of 20 years. Given the quality and the location of our asset, we are confident that we can secure Whole Foods Market to occupy the entire retail space in our asset. According to an investment real estate service firm, the Builder Group, Whole Foods Market has a BAA credit rating, and their typical lease term is also for 20 years. Having 2 credit tenants occupying the entire space of our asset for 20 years allows us to assume $0 in vacancy and collection loss. Both leases will be triple net, which will allow us to recover most of the operating expenses. In addition, we are proposing a parking garage to satisfy all of the parking requirements for the office use. The office tenant will pay a monthly rent per required parking space, and the garage will be available for visitor parking after business hours and on the weekends. This will generate about $488,000 a year in parking revenues. Surface parking will also be available for retail grocery customers. The rental rate for our retail grocery space was kept low to ensure that we would be able to attract Whole Foods Market to our asset. We found the rental rate that Whole Foods Market pays at a similar location in Dallas, Texas, and we decreased it from there to arrive at a rental rate of $16 per square foot per year. Using all of these assumptions, we were able to determine the office rental rate required to provide financial feasibility. We began our financial feasibility analysis by using an office rental rate of $35 per square foot per year, and we were able to decrease it to $30 per square foot per year, while still meeting our investor internal rate of return hurdle rate of 18% and equity multiple of 3. Although CoStar data states that market rental rates for Class A office space in Bryan-College Station is about $24 per square foot per year, we are able to justify higher rental rates with the quality of our asset, its location, and the timing of the project's expected delivery. We are providing true Class A, built-to-suit office space in a landmark building designed for Texas A&M University System's headquarters. The building is located on Century Square and is expected to be delivered at a time when Phase 1 of Century Square has been completed. The amenities offered by Century Square will boost its tenants' ability to recruit new hires and retain them for longer periods of time. The ease of access to world-class amenities will also increase employee productivity, which will be extremely beneficial for a tenant like Texas A&M University Systems, whose business expenses are mostly attributed to employee salaries. For this investment, we are assuming a holding period of 12 years, with 2 years for development and 10 years of operation. The development period will begin in January of 2019 and ends in December of 2020. The development and construction is funded by an interest-only construction loan of 60% loan-to-cost with 5% interest rate. We are projecting a sale of the asset at the end of the 10th year of operations in December of 2030. Stabilized occupancy begins at the end of the development period in January of 2021 at a 100% stabilized occupancy rate. Once stabilized occupancy has been reached, the construction loan will be refinanced with a permanent loan of 70% loan-to-value with 6% interest over 25 years. Our value at stabilization is $74.68 million, which was calculated by using our stabilized net operating income of $7,468,209 and a 10% valuation cap rate. This cap rate was derived using the yield on cost. Our permanent loan amount is $52.28 million with annual debt service of $4.04 million. Therefore, our debt coverage ratio is 1.62. The construction loan balance at refinancing is $41.82 million. After paying off the construction loan balance, we are left with $10.64 million in permanent loan proceeds. These loan proceeds are applied to the equity balance, which is $27.88 million, returning more than a third of the equity capital at refinance. All invested equity capital will be returned by the 7th year of operations in 2027 and returned on capital by the 8th year of operations in 2028. This asset will be sold at the end of the 10th year of operations for a sale price of $122.06 million, which was calculated by using the net operating income of the year after reversion of $9.77 million and a cap rate of 8%. This lower cap rate is justified by the creditworthiness of the tenants occupying the asset, the fact that there are 10 years remaining in each of their leases at the time of reversion, and the rental increases in both of their leases. After sales costs and after paying the remaining balance on the permanent loan, our net sale revenue is $80.92 million. Finally, our total profit from operations and sale is $95.78 million. Our 10-year internal rate of return is 21.45%, and our 10-year equity multiple is 3.44, both of which are higher than the required.